Hello and welcome back to Steve's Collectibles. Today we will be going over some DC crossovers you may or may not have heard of. Before we get started, I'd like to ask that you smash that like button. And if I earned it, your subscription. And without further ado, let's get right into these crossovers. First up, we have Star Trek and Green Lantern's crossover event called the Spectrum War. This story takes place in an alternate timeline and dimension, where the crew of the USS Enterprise and Hal Jordan meet together for the first time, where it seems that some lantern rings from every Lantern Corps has made its way into the Star Trek universe. From there, the crew of the USS Enterprise and Hal Jordan need to find out what is going on. The story is filled with twists and turns, and some of your favorite characters from the Star Trek universe end up getting some lantern rings. Aside from that, I will not spoil it too much for you. The story is written by Mike Johnson, with art by Angel Hernandez, colors by Alejandro Sanchez, and published by Ted Adams. This is definitely one of those must-reads for any Green Lantern and Star Trek fan out there. Next up, we have Green Lantern vs. Aliens. This crossover event came from books from the 1990s. This is part of a 4-book series. In the first book, it is Hal Jordan and the Green Lanterns dealing with the alien xenomorphs. However, for the following 3 books, they are continuous, but they take place while Hal Jordan is controlled by Parallax and has dismantled the Green Lantern Corps as well as disassembled parts of the Justice League. And that's where Kyle Rayner is the only Green Lantern left to deal with this situation. At this point, Kyle Rayner is barely learning how to use his powers and doesn't know how to manage his battery levels. This is definitely a DC and Dark Horse crossover you do not want to miss. This has been written by Ron Mars, with pencils by Rick Lenardi, ink by Mike Perkins, colors by Dave Stewart, lettering by Steve Dutro, and the cover is by Eric Holler. I believe this Green Lantern and Alien crossover is a magnificent piece for all Green Lantern and Xenomorph fans out there. I won't give away too many spoilers, but I will say this is one of the stories that I come back and read over and over. I highly enjoy this book. Last but not least, we have DC Comics and Dark Horse Comics Aliens. This book is massive. This massive book includes Batman vs. Aliens, Batman vs. Aliens 2, Superman and Batman vs. Aliens and Predators 1 and 2, and Wildcat Aliens. The awesome part about this book is that they are all related to each other. It's not a bunch of one-shots, it is all a huge continuous story, and it is enjoyable from beginning to end. Dark Horse and DC did a phenomenal job bringing these franchises all together for one epic storyline. There is a lot going on in these books. The first few stories take place with Batman versus the aliens. Then, eventually, with a whole lot of twists and turns, we even get a xenomorph Joker. And then eventually Superman, the Predators, they're all intertwined into these stories. I love this book. You are going to love the artwork in these books. The intense detail of the art designs just really reel you in and bring in the fear. It is amazing what these artists and writers can do. I truly cannot say enough good things about this crossover event. I cannot get over how much time and attention to detail these people went through to put this all together for us to enjoy. This enormous book has writers like Ron Mars, Ian Edgington, Mark Schultz, and Warren Ellis. And a huge shout out to the artists Bernie Wrightson, Staz Johnson, James Hodgkins, Ariel Olivetti, Chris Sprouse, and Kevin Nolan. There is just so much passion put into this project. I absolutely love it and recommend it for all Alien, Batman, Superman, and Predator fans out there. And that is it for today's crossover recommendation. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I truly hope you enjoy these recommendations, and I'll talk to you again real soon.